Hello and welcome to another Lore of the Cards Quickie. So let's get this over with before your parents come into the room, because you won't want them to know that you watch Hearthstone lore videos. You nerd. Today we're looking at 3 hunter cards from Rustican's Rumble: Zul'Jin, Halazzi, and the Headhunter's Hatchet. Zul'Jin is one of the best known trolls in Warcraft lore, perhaps only second to Vol'Jin. But it was Zul'Jin that began my love affair with the troll race, to the point I main one in World of Warcraft. Zul'Jin was the warlord of one of the most feared and respected troll tribes, the Amani. However, he took the reins of leadership when the tribe was but a shadow of its former self. It had been obliterated by the humans and High Elves in battles known as the Troll Wars. The Trolls hated the High Elves as they had founded their kingdom of Quel'Thalas upon grounds of an ancient sacred troll city. After the Troll Wars, the Amani split into many different smaller tribes. The charismatic and ruthless Zul'Jin was able to unite them all under one banner again. He challenged the other tribe leaders. Sometimes this was a battle to the death, other times it was more friendly competition. Either way, Zul'Jin always won, and the losing tribe would bow before him. While his tribe were no match for the elves, that did not stop Zul'Jin leading hit and run strikes on elven settlements, slaughtering many elves as punishment for their transgressions. Zul'Jin became reviled and hated by the elves, always slipping through the fingers of their armies. Naturally, Zul'Jin wanted to purge the elves from his land entirely, and constantly sought ways to dismantle the elves' defences. He was able to work out the rune stones that surrounded the elves' kingdom dulled the trolls' ability to use magic, and the elves drew their power from a font of magic known as the Sunwell. Zul'Jin would be given the opportunity to achieve his dream of an elf-free existence with the arrival of the Orcs upon Azeroth. The trolls were approached by the Orcs as they waged their first war upon the Kingdom of Stormwind, but Zul'Jin declined their offer of an alliance. He was confident the Amani could defeat the elves and saw no benefit in muddying his hands in other wars too. Months removed from this first meeting with the Orcs, Zul'Jin was finally captured and held by humans. The troll was freed by Orgrim Doomhammer, who was the acting war chief of the Horde, having defeated Stormwind near the beginning of his premiership and now seeking to conquer all of Azeroth. Doomhammer offered Zul'Jin to join the Horde once again. After some consideration, and after Doomhammer promised to treat him as an equal, Zul'Jin and the trolls fully joined the Horde. It was trolls who had alerted Doomhammer of Zul'Jin's capture, and they assisted in the release of their warlord. During the war, Zul'Jin and Doomhammer developed a mutual respect, but that soured when Doomhammer gave up the Horde's siege on Quel'Thalas to instead strike the human kingdom of Lordaeron. Zul'Jin would continue his attack, but the elves seized the opportunity, breaking the siege and capturing Zul'Jin. The elves subjected the warlord to hideous torture, even gouging out his eye. The Amani that remained were still fiercely loyal to Zul'Jin. They sprang an attack on the elves that held their warlord, allowing Zul'Jin to escape, but he had to sever his own arm in order to do this. This elevated Zul'Jin's status to that of a legend among all troll tribes. After the undead Scourge succeeded in doing what the trolls had failed to do, wiping out 90% of the High Elven population during the Third War, Zul'Jin, who many assumed had died during the Second War, ordered several attacks on the now weakened elves, all of which, after some initial success, ended in failure. He would fully re-emerge while many of the Alliance and Horde's resources were spent fighting the Burning Legion on Outland. Upon hearing the elves had joined his old allies the Horde, Zul'Jin seethed with rage. In his anger, Zul'Jin agreed to using dark magic suggested by his witch doctor Malakras to finally claim back his ancestral lands. The warlord was able to tap into the strength of 4 of the Amani tribes lower, changing his shape into various animals to defeat his enemies. Eventually though, Zul'Jin would be slain. Halazzi was one of the Amani lower exploited by Hexlord Malakras. The Lynx Lower's essence was stolen from him by Malakras and bound to an Amani champion, who took on the Lower's name. This altered the troll's body, transforming his head into that of a lynx. As lynxes are keen hunters, Malakras deemed it fitting to bind the lynx essence to one of the Amani's greatest hunters. Not only did the troll, now known as Halazzi, strike with blinding speed, he also made use of shamanistic totems. He used water totems to heal and lightning totems to rain pain down upon his foes. The hunter was also able to separate himself and his lynx spirit, the lynx focusing down and tearing apart attackers, while the hunter too assaulted with a flurry of blows. The lower spirit, however, was bound to Zul'Jin, along with 3 other lower, allowing the Amani warlord to take on the form of a lynx to battle his foes. Upon Zul'Jin's death, Halazzi's spirit was freed. The lower was subjected to the same treatment by Zul'Jin's successor, Dakara, but was freed once again when he was slain. Halazzi also offers advice to the Zandalari troll, Khufu, during WoW's Wrath of the Lich King expansion. The witch doctor seeking to help the lower of the Drakari tribe from being slaughtered by their own followers in desperation to defend themselves from the Lich King's scourge. When the Amani joined the horde, many of them specialised in throwing axes. The troll axe throwers gave the horde greater tactical variety. The more agile trolls could keep enemies at a distance and attack all varieties of enemies, whether they attack from land, sea, or air. Zul'Jin himself also specialised in throwing axes. This would change in WoW to an arm blade, but when Zul'Jin was redesigned for a 3rd time in Heroes of the Storm, he went back to throwing axes, this time dual wielding them. Troll Headhunters made an appearance in Warcraft 3. These trolls joined Thrall's horde during the Third War and came from the Darkspear tribe. Rather than throw axes, these trolls hurled spears at their adversaries. In fact, most troll headhunters favour using spears. There are 2 tribes whose headhunters favour axes though, the Witherbark and the Shadow Pine. So, there you have it, summaries on 3 hunter cards. If you enjoyed, please do like this video and share it with your friends. If you're not already, subscribe to the channel. Quick, I think I hear your mum coming. Close the laptop, turn off your computer, hide your shame! And of course, happy Hearthstoning.